Okay, so you're rocking and rolling, you got your business going, things are growing, things are, going well, and you're at a phase where you either need to add people to your team, like an employee or a freelancer or even a virtual assistant, and you're not quite sure how to go about doing it. So today that's what I'm going to dive into, and I've got some creative solutions for you. So stick around to the end and I'll share those creative solutions. So first of all, let's talk about kind of what's happened. Over the course of the last 10 years or so, like I really noticed it in my business, the changes of hiring employees. The old days I used to put out a help wanted on college boards, you know, help wanted recruiting boards like Indeed and things like that, and I'd get an influx of resumes and people to choose from. And then I'd have them come in, we'd sit down, and we'd have your typical interview. So tell me about yourself. Where do you want to be in 5 years? What are your strengths? Or how about the favorite question? What are your weaknesses? Gotta love that one, because what do? We take a strength and try to make it feel like a weakness. Okay, well, that doesn't work anymore. I don't know why. I don't know what's shifted with our society and our beliefs and the way we work and don't work and all that, but that's not working anymore. So here's some tips and suggestions to help you find the right members of your team. So first of all, I'm going to say, and this might be hard to hear, it has to start with you. The change has to start with you. As the employer, as the entrepreneur, as the business owner, it's time to think about who you are, what you stand for, what your foundation is, so that you know exactly what you're looking for. So one of the most important things of hiring and finding the right people is knowing who you are. So start with your culture. Okay, so what is a culture of a business? A culture of a business is your personality. It's your beliefs, it's your foundations, it's what you stand for. Are you big into volunteering? Are you big into teamwork? Does diversity mean something to you? Does health and wellness of yourself and your employees mean something to you? So in order to find the right applicant, you have to get crystal clear on who you are. What is your why for being in business? What is your culture? What do you stand for? So I encourage you to take some time and kind of write down a bullet list of what that means. So now we're going to start looking for people that fit into that bucket. So the old way of interviewing, like I talked about, was what I'd call the hard skills. We were looking for people who were proficient in something, had certificates or degrees, had a specific knowledge. If you were a computer IT company, you would hire somebody that had a specific skill set in computer IT. That's hard skills. Now, while we still need those people, what's more important now is to look for people's soft skills. So what are soft skills? Soft skills are, what's their attitude? How adaptable are they? Are they willing to learn? If you're a computer IT company, yes, you need somebody who knows some computer skills, but how much of that can you teach? Ask yourself that question. So take your culture, take your list of bullet points, look at the position you're trying to fill. What of your position is teachable? And then we go find those people. Okay, great. How do we do that, right? Sounds easy, Jen. Well, not so easy. It takes, once again, it comes back to you. It takes a little bit more work on the employer, but trust me, it's so worth it when you find the right person. So now we've kind of know our culture. We're going to create a list of questions that we're going to ask the candidates based on your culture. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer here right now. There are certain things you cannot ask people, and so I'm going to encourage you to go and look online for questions that cannot be asked, discrimination and things like that. Be very careful, make sure you're being legal with your questions. But you're going to take your list of culture and you're going to turn them into questions that you want to know about the applicant, because you're trying to see if they're going to fit in. Are they going to fit in? Okay, so now where do we go find them? That's the next step. So the old days, you used to put, I'm looking for somebody who's upbeat, has great communication skills, can work 20 hours a week, good computer skills, and you'd list all these attributes, the hard skills, right? Well, that doesn't work so much anymore either. Today's employees want to know what's in it for them. Look, we can blame it on whoever we want to blame it on. We can blame it on today's parenting, whatever you want to blame it on, but that is the truth. What's in it for me? We've become a little bit of a society like that. So your help wanted ad can't be a list of what you're looking for. It has to be about them. It has to be about the experience they're going to get, what their kind of the day in a life is going to be. Give them kind of a vision, give them a picture of what to expect in this position. Did you know that 96% of today's job seekers are looking for transparency in the company? They want to know where you're headed, what's your vision, and how can I be a part of that? They want to be a part of that. That excites them, but you have to paint that picture for them. So instead of a traditional help wanted ad of what you're looking for, make it about them. Okay, so now where to put this? Most people in today's world are looking and finding jobs on social media. So utilize that. Utilize your business social media. Utilize your personal social media. If you are a fitness company, get involved on local Facebook groups about fitness. If you're in the pet business, get involved in Facebook groups about dog walking in your area. You're going to have to be a little more creative, and you're going to have to do a little more legwork to find the right person. But what is going to pay off for you is, first of all, you're going to find the right person who's going to help you tremendously grow your business, and you're also going to hire someone that's going to be long-term, more stable. So those are some places to go to look. You know now how to tweak your ad. You know what you're looking for. And my last tip is always be looking. Even if you don't have a position today, be interviewing. Because people are job hoppers in today's world. They have more opportunities. They have more access to these jobs. So always be interviewing. Okay, so that seems like a complete waste of your time, right? When you're thinking, I'm so busy. But trust me, if you want to create a business that's going to have business resiliency and be able to react and be proactive instead of reacting during those unplanned circumstances like an employee quitting or somebody getting fired or you landing a huge job and you need help, it's always good to have a pool of resources to choose from. So if, let's say you don't really have an active position, but you're going to put some of these things that I suggested in place, you attract a few people, you start having conversations, be transparent, say to them, okay, at the moment I don't have a current opening, but would you be interested in maybe doing an hour a week? Like if you're a fitness company, like my friend Kaylee, maybe they do one session a week. So that way they start to get a feel for who you are, they get involved, they get plugged in, and as time warrants for them to add more hours, you've got somebody. And nowadays, employees are looking for side gigs. That is a very popular thing. They want that extra little income. For one, it's fun to have that extra money for travel or savings or whatever they're doing. So people are looking for side gigs. So just because they might have a job or just because you don't have a full-time position or enough hours, don't let that deter you. And even if you can't offer them that, say, you know what, I've loved talking with you. I think you'd be a great fit for our company. However, I really don't have anything at the moment, but how about we touch base every month, and the minute something opens up, you'll be the first one to call. You want to start building that pool of people to choose from because people have choices, people are fickle, and you don't want to get in a situation where all of a sudden your business is left without anybody or you need some extra help and you don't have any resources. So those are my tips. You got to start thinking soft skills versus hard skills. Think about your culture. Look at it and position it like you're selling them, not they're selling you, and they're not selling themselves to you. You're selling them on why they want to work there, and use social media. It's a great tool. So I hope this helped. Please share your success stories. Let me know what's worked for you for recruiting members of your team, whether it's a virtual assistant, freelancer, or an actual employee. I'd love to hear because I know what you have gone through can help others. And my passion is helping small businesses, especially brick and mortars, learn how to grow their revenue, grow their profits, and work on their business and not get stuck inside their four walls. So if I can help you at all, please reach out. I'd love to, and I love talking small business anytime.